Wow, we just saw the most unhinged Donald Trump has ever been since taking office as president of the United States. He decided to do an impromptu, over an hour-long press conference where he jumped into the lion's den and didn't hold anything back. Now, on the mainstream media, you're going to hear talks about the executive orders, the insults about fake news, and all this other fluff, egotistical, butthurt Becky bullcrap. But on the surface level, he admitted to two shocking things. One, that there's intelligence agencies within his own government, elements of the deep state, who spy on him and sabotage his diplomatic efforts with other presidents. And two, he warned of a nuclear freaking holocaust. Let's just get to it right here, because Donald Trump clearly said...
You know what I say? When I was called out on Mexico, I was shocked, because all this equipment, all this incredible phone equipment. When I was called out on Mexico, I was really, really surprised. But I said, it doesn't make sense. That won't happen. But that wasn't that important to call. It was fine. I could show it to the world, and he could show it to the world, the president, who's a very fine man, by the way. Same thing with Australia. I said, that's terrible that it was leaked, but it wasn't that important. But then I said to myself, what happens when I'm dealing with the problem of North Korea? What happens when I'm dealing with the problems in the Middle East? Are you folks going to be reporting all of that very, very confidential information, very important, very, at the highest level? Are you going to be reporting about that too? So I don't want classified information getting out to the public. And in a way, that was almost a test. So I'm dealing with Mexico. I'm dealing with Argentina. We were dealing on this case with Mike Flynn. All this information gets put into the Washington Post and gets put into the New York Times. And I'm saying, what's going to happen when I'm dealing on the Middle East? What's going to happen when I'm dealing with really, really important subjects like North Korea? We got to stop it.
So Donald Trump is having conversations with other world leaders from Mexico, from Australia, and those conversations are being leaked. There's someone within the government right now, and Dennis Kucinich always is pointing out to elements of the deep state, or aka the shadow government, people within the intelligence agencies, probably within the NSA or CIA, who are tapping Donald Trump and then leaking the information to their outposts, to their Operation Mockingbird programs, Washington Post and New York Times, sabotaging him and letting him know that nothing he does will ever be done privately. I mean, we warned you on this YouTube channel about the deep state intelligence service war between them and Donald Trump, but this is a whole new level of insanity that we have never seen before and is happening right now within the government, vying for power, sabotaging itself. The second thing that was brought up here that was really just explosive, of course I'm not seeing the mainstream media talk about now, was the very fact that Donald Trump just very calmly warned everybody about a possible nuclear holocaust happening between the United States and Russia. Of course, the mainstream media was bringing up Russia, throwing it at Donald Trump. Donald Trump answered, countered back, mentioned how Hillary Clinton sold U.S. uranium to Russia, and that wasn't a big deal for the mainstream media, and they're doing all this, and then casually just said,
look, it would be much easier for me to be tough on Russia, but then we're not going to make a deal. Now, I don't know that we're going to make a deal. I don't know. We might not. But it would be much easier for me to be so tough. The tougher I am on Russia, the better. But you know what? I want to do the right thing for the American people. And to be honest, secondarily, I want to do the right thing for the world. If Russia and the United States actually got together and got along, and don't forget, we're a very powerful nuclear country, and so are they. There's no upside. We're a very powerful nuclear country. And so are they. I've been briefed, and I can tell you one thing about a briefing that we're allowed to say because anybody that ever read the most basic book can say it. Nuclear holocaust would be like no other. They're a very powerful nuclear country, and so are we. If we have a good relationship with Russia, believe me, that's a good thing, not a bad thing.
Okay, wow, so he just admitted and said, it would be a lot easier on me if I was tougher on Russia. Again, showing you the deep state kind of neoconservative push, which we have been telling you about. Our 3 videos ago, we said the neocons are pushing Donald Trump to be tough on Russia and to continue the same failed foreign policies, because we have seen the deep state and intelligence agencies sabotage any peace between Russia and the United States and push for further conflict between these two global super world powers. So he is just admitting that there is pressure for him to be extremely tough on Russia, and that the circumstances at play here are an all-out nuclear holocaust. And the threats are very real. We have been warning you about this for a very long time on this YouTube channel. It's pretty simple. It's a fundamental interest that these two super world powers should not nuke the crap out of each other and destroy each other. This is things that have been echoed by other U.S. ambassadors. Donald Trump, even during this press conference, said he wants to get along with Russia. But he said it was the fake reporting and fake news that made it harder for him to get along with Putin. And now that Putin is seeing all the mainstream media coverage, that he sees that he can't potentially make a deal with the United States now, with Donald Trump. So now Russia is responding by flying their fighter jets over U.S. warships in the Black Sea, like we saw moments ago. They're sending in their Russian spy ships right off the coast of Connecticut. And it's astonishing seeing Donald Trump say, yeah, it's the U.S. mainstream media. It's the push against Russia that is causing this to happen. As we know, Russia deployed missiles, violating a treaty and challenging Donald Trump. And Donald Trump has come out tougher against Vladimir Putin. He has told them that he wants Crimea back to Ukraine, and of course Russia responded with a hell no. We have seen Pentagon chief says that there will be no military cooperation with Russia, and Russia of course is answering back with these kind of agitations, with this kind of poking back, and we're at the same point that we were under Barack Obama, with what Donald Trump just admitted, a clear existential threat of all-out nuclear holocaust. So I think it's pretty clear to say, and again, correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section below, we are seeing a huge vow, a huge fight, a conflict internally within the U.S. government between deep state, shadow government, intelligence agencies who are sabotaging Donald Trump, working with the mainstream media, pushing for conflict with Russia, and Donald Trump half capitulating, half not capitulating, but now calling it out for everyone to understand and see. But of course, the mainstream media is not talking about that now, but you're hearing it here on an independent news channel. Am I wrong? Let me know in the comment section below. And don't forget, this news broadcast is financed by you on patreon.com/wearechange. The only reason we're here is because of your donations, your contributions that keep this news organization beholden to you, since it's financed by you. Stay tuned. We're going to have a lot more on the shocking, explosive context that was just presented to all of the American people, but again, not focused on this very key issue, which I think is the number one thing that should have came out of this press conference, but it's not. But again, that's why we're here, and that's why we have a job. Thank you again so much for watching. We're going to be staying tuned on this subject and a lot more here on youtube.com/wearechange. So subscribe and stay tuned.